Now the next one we need to learn is about the time signature. What is a time signature? Like a clef, a time signature goes at the left side of the staff, but to the right of the clef it consists of two numbers arranged vertically. A clef calibrates the notes on a staff, while the time signature calibrates the beats in each measure. Now, this one is a clef with a 4/4 time signature. Now, you may be easily knowing that what clef it is. It is a treble clef. Unlike this clef, the time signature does not exceed beyond the top and the bottom lines of the staff. Now, when we look detailed into the 4/4, I can tell you the upper one, the upper number indicates how many beats or counts or pulses are in each measure, while the lowest one, or we call it the denominator, the lower number indicates which type of note value counts for one beat. Now let's go for an example. 4 beats in each measure means like you are taking 4 quarter notes. 4/4 is equivalent to 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That's a mathematical calculation, but you don't have to go for that. What is a 1/4 note here? It is a crotchet note, or we call it a quarter note. So how many quarter notes do you fit into a 4/4 or a 4/4 time signature? Let's go for this example. In 4/4 time, the quarter note, or we call it the 1/4, counts for one beat. We say gets a beat, and there are 4 beats per measure. And the line that you see soon after the 4th note is called as a bar line. And that is one new thing that you are going to learn from this lesson, that every music is divided into equal sections based on the time signature. The whole music can be cut into equal parts based on the time signature with a bar line. And the line that you see after the 4th note is a bar line. And when the music ends, we call it as double bar lines, or that shows the end of the music. Now, on this example, you can easily find how this has been divided. On a 4/4, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 4 crotchet notes. On the next bar, that makes a minim plus a minim. That means 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 beats. Now, again on the next one, you get a semi-breve itself. That means a 4 count itself, which is equivalent to a 4/4. Or you can put like quavers, or we call it as the 8th note. So you need 8 1/8 notes, or the 8th note, to fix that 4/4. Now you can have a combination also, a 2 plus 1 plus 2 halves. That also makes a 4/4 time signature. So this is how the notes are being placed. You are required to look at a note and play according to, hold the notes on the keyboard for that length. So that is very simple. Only thing is that you need to look at the notes and focus on it, and definitely you'll be able to read music. You don't have to know things by ear. You can play by just looking at the score itself. As when we talk about the time signatures, there are endless time signatures that has to be discussed, but we don't have time for that. But I'm just touching into a few of them and how it looks like. We call it 4/4. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. This is how we count it. And when we take the 3/4, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, or 1 2 3 1 2 3, that's how we count it. Or a 2/4, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright, there are even time signatures we called as compound time signatures. 6/8 is one good example for that. How do we count at 6/8? It's a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. You will get 2 3s in a bar. So it sounds like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It sounds similar like a 3/4, but the 3/4 is not actually accenting. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's how the 3/4 goes. But on a 6/8, it will be counting much faster, and that whole 6 comes in a single bar. Now, when we talk about other time signature, like we call it as irregular time signatures, 5/4, 7/8. I think the 7/8 would be much familiar for the Indian musicians. We call it takkita takkathimi, takkita takkadhimi. It's 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. In Western music, we just mix a combination of 3 plus 4 and sometimes a 4 plus 3 also, like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. So recently, time signature writing has been advanced into a new form, like rather than writing a 4/4 or 3/4, they started writing as 3 plus 4 by 8, and just like that 4 plus 3 by 8. So that makes a combination of 7/8. But at the beginning, you don't have to go into the details, but don't just get worried about when you see a time signature like a number plus a number in the and another number in the denominator. Those are the recent forms of writing time signatures, but the traditional is the one which everybody follows even now. So that is what we were discussing now. 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, and things like that are being discussed, which is written as 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, 6/8, and that is how it looks like. So that is the one which comes next to the clef. We call it time signatures. Here are some exercises from 2/4, 3/4 and 4/4 time signatures. This exercise is attached as a MIDI file along with this video. Please download it and practice with the Chordana app. One another important section in music learning is learning about rest. Music is not music without silence. Spaces of silence in music are as important as pauses in speeches and periods after sentences. When we look at a piece of music, there are different things that you see inside which doesn't look like a note. Now, this is called a whole rest. And now this is called as half rest. And this is what we call as quarter rest. And this thing, which looks like a 7, inverted 7, is called as the eighth rest. And this looks like an inverted F, which is the 16th rest. So there is an exception in that. In case of whole rest, it doesn't matter where you are in 4/4 or 3/4, 2/4 time signatures. If the whole bar is on rest, you will put a semi-breve rest. So the whole rest can be put for the whole bar rest too. So that can be put instead of that too. So that is how the rests are looking like. Here is an example which shows the notes and the rest coming in between within a song. Let's try the last part of our national anthem. With the notes we have learned, we will be having dotted semi-braves, crotchets. So let's try this last part. Thank you. Bye bye. I'll catch you in the next lesson.